Hey, it's me, Shari. I am coming to you live, mainly because my partner just sort of busted me and he said to quit doing all of these productions in a studio. That's what people want. They want authenticity. You want me with, maybe my hair undone, although I just did my hair. Couldn't quite go there yet. But anyway, I'm going to be coming to you more live. And I'm going to be talking about a question today. What are the attributes of top salespeople? It's an age-old question. People always ask me, well, what is it about top salespeople? What are the attributes? And I think I'd first answer that and say they're all different. I mean, it first of all depends what type of sales you're in. Are you in retail sales? Are you selling vacations? Are you selling cars? Or are you selling a very complex technology product like my friend Karen Keating, who works for Inside Sales, and she does million-dollar deals with multiple decision makers. So first off, if you're hiring salespeople, you have to think, what am I hiring them for, and match the skill sets. But I would say of all of the salespeople I've ever met, there are 5 traits that they have in common, no matter what they sell. And again, they are different, but these 5 that I'm going to share with you in just a moment are common to any type of salespeople. And, I've had the good fortune of traveling all over the world and meeting salespeople, and they're different. There are differences, Some are educated, some are streetwise, some are really charismatic, some are more shy. But no matter where I go, I've culled it down to 5 traits, if you will, that top performers share. So get ready. I hope this helps because you can build these traits. If you think, gosh, I really need one of these, you can work on them. If you have a passion to sell, if it's in your heart to sell, if it's something that you love to do, and if that's you were born to do it, you were born to do it. So here goes. Number 1, some people might call it interpersonal skills. Some people might call it empathy. I call it heart. That's why I call my book Heart and Sell. Heart's much deeper. Heart comes from within. Interpersonal skills are what you do. Heart is who you are. And salespeople with heart aren't just trying to finesse a quick sale. They want to really do what's best for the customer. Selling with heart, it's integrity, it's ethics, of course, but it's uncovering the needs of another human being and truly trying to make their lives better. It's using everything you know about human psychology and understanding someone's needs and using authenticity to create a connection so you can make their lives better. You have to genuinely want to improve their lives. And top salespeople I've ever seen have this heart. It's deep within them. Nice to see you. I've got, good, people are joining. Lots of people. Nice to see you, Jose. Nice to see you. Oh, I see Fran. Nice to see you. So that's number 1. Number 2 attribute of a top performer. I love this one. I call it drive. It's top salespeople aren't selling because they just want the money or they just want a paycheck. There's like this internal drive that it's more than the paycheck. Pressfeld in his book, The War of Art, says something I love. I've written it down here because I knew I would forget. It says that success, like happiness, comes as a byproduct of hard work. So they're not trying to get success. Sure, you might get a car. Sure, you might get a big paycheck, but you love the act of selling itself. You love the act of communicating. You love the game. You love the sport of sales so much that you've got this internal drive to constantly get better, and that includes a growth mindset. You don't believe that qualities are fixed in stone. You believe that if you don't know how to do something, you can grow and you can learn. Carol Dweck talks about this in her book. She says, it's not just intelligence or IQ that makes someone successful. It's having this growth mindset. And that there's 2 types of people, those with a fixed mindset and those with a growth mindset. And those with a growth mindset are constantly problem solving, trying to learn, bettering themselves. So that's the second quality of a great salesperson. The third quality is, let's see, I've got this written down too. I didn't want to forget. Maybe I'm not supposed to do this. I'm supposed to be more natural. Sorry. Discipline. Okay. So discipline, you can be the best salesperson in the world, but without discipline, doing the work. You gotta just do the work. A lot of sales processes are counterintuitive, and it takes discipline to do them. It takes discipline to ask the right questions. It takes discipline to listen more than we talk. It takes discipline to, if you're able to research your customers before you meet them, it takes discipline to find out everything you can about them. I used to have somebody who worked for me, and he used to tease me all the time, and he'd say, Levitin, you live to work, and I work to live. Because every Sunday I worked on creating curriculum. And salespeople with discipline, they work, they do what they need to do so that by the time they're in front of a customer, they know their processes so well. They don't have to think twice. They're unconsciously competent. They don't have to think, what should I say now? How does my technology work? They can truly connect with the client. It's second nature because they have the discipline to do the tough work. And actually structure a structured sales process is what allows you to be authentic, because you don't have to think about what am I saying, what am I doing next. So that's where your authenticity shines through. Number 4 attribute of a top salesperson is courage. Remember the Lion and the Wizard of Oz? Courage. He traveled pretty far to find courage. Courage is tough. Courage is what gives you the gumption to pick yourself up after you fail. Courage is what makes you make the tough calls. I always say do something that scares you every single day. Every single day. Think today, what scares you really, really a lot? Thank you for that message from Lee. I just saw that. But what scares you? What you're afraid to do, you must do. The call you're afraid to make, you must make. I would tell you, write down the 10 things you're most scared of and do them. Sometimes success isn't working harder. It's getting farther out of your comfort zone. And it's hard. But if you can face your fears, I love the quote, I think it was Mark Twain who said, he said, success isn't the absence of fear, it's the mastery of fear. Henry Fonda used to throw up before every performance, even into his 60s, but he still went out on stage. You need to too. Think what scares you. Don't just go with the status quo. Don't be like everybody else. Have the courage to say something different, to do something different. Go out and make something great of your life. Don't worry about what other people think of you. They're in the stands anyway. If you're going to do anything great in life, you have to separate yourself from everybody else. Courage is where magic happens. And so you got to have courage. By the way, the root of courage, C-O-U-R, is heart. I love that. So if you care enough about your future, your family, and your customers, you'll do the tough things. Finally, the 5th attribute I've found in top performers all over the world, and I've had this amazing opportunity to talk to salespeople all over the world and sales leaders, and there's a great name for it. It's called constructive delusion. And what constructive delusion is it's this thought, you've heard the saying, the glass is either half empty or half full. People with constructive delusion don't see that glass is half empty or half full. They see it as overflowing. They can't believe, if a customer doesn't buy it, they can't even believe that they didn't buy. It's like, how could that possibly be? Because they think everybody's a buyer. And so you need to look at every situation and look for why somebody will go for your offer, not why they won't. Look for possibility in people, in situations. And I'm not talking to be blindsided or to be stupid or to work old leads that aren't good anymore. I'm saying, if what you look for, you'll find. If you look for goodness, you'll get goodness. If you trust first, you'll get trust back. So those are the 5 attributes of top performers. And if you're saying, gosh, well, I don't really have that constructive delusion, or I don't know if I have any drive, the good news is, if you can cultivate a growth mindset, if you can start learning and start being more agile in your practices and go to school, then you can have the other 4. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Let me know if you like this sort of raw, yes, I'm in my office, I'm wearing my shorts, not all dutied up, Daniel says I get too dutied up. So I'm not dutied up. I'm me. I'm here. Anyway, enjoy.